That doesn't look like the painting we need.
Se on morjesta.
As expected, but that doesn't mean it won't tell us anything. Let's put it on the easel where it belongs.
Eli nyt lähdetään jatkamaan Sherlock Holmesia. Ja tässä on nyt semmonen tilanne, että mä olin useamman viikon kipeänä ja edelleen ääni on vähän flunssanen. Ja mulla on kyllä tonne YouTubeen sen verran puskuria, että tää on niinkun... Tääkin tulee varmaan kuukauden sen jälkeen, kun mä tän kuvaan, joten ei mun niinku sen suhteen ole hätää, mutta mä en ole esimerkiksi tätä Sherlockia nyt ehtinyt pelaamaan lähes kuukauteen. Joten mulla on kaikki mahdolliset kontrollit ja kaikki muut vastaavat ihan hakusessa. Mä en muista yhtään, mitä tässä me oltiin tekemässä. Ilmeisesti tätä taideryöstö-hommaa tai sitä. Mutta ai niinku se oli siellä huoneessa kuolleena, joo. Tonen. Maalausteline, se on mihin ihmeen maalaus? Telineeseen. Tosissaan niinku, tää olisi täytynyt silloin jatkaa kyllä saman tien loppuun, mutta kun ei tosissaan pystynyt, niin sinne mentiin. Niin tää oli tää, kun me sitä majatalon pitäjää, tai majatalo vaan tän kiinteistön pitäjää huijattiin vähän. Mikäs se näistä huoneista sit oli? Mä ilmeisesti. Noin.
I guess this is his most ordinary painting. Spot the two differences, John?
Mitä? Okei.
If the intruder didn't take it, the skull should be somewhere here. Nothing behind it. I guess this is his most ordinary painting. Spot the two differences, John? If the intruder didn't take it, the skull should be somewhere here. Monster was actually a man. Poor girl. John, you ought to be thrilled. We are now hunting the devil himself.
What were you saying, Sherry? I was too busy sketching the scene, you know, crimes and such like, daily routine. Did you find something?
A photograph. It depicts a man in a red suit with tails sprouting from his back and multiple people in masks watching the scene. It all adds up. But the act of love, it wasn't given willingly, John. It was a violation. And the girl, she was with child.
Give that to me now. Did you recognize someone?
No. Although the victim is not from Cordona, she is African. Look at the ritual scars on her face.
Get that image out of your brain. You have to continue the investigation.
I must speak to the landlady. Perhaps she saw or heard something.
Sherry, you cannot tell her the truth about Mercurio. It will hurt her.
John, that's illogical. Sooner or later, she will come here and discover a corpse, and I still need to talk to her.
Just avoid mentioning corpse, all right? Stick to the character, tell her to call the police.
I'll take that into account.
And wait here. I've redrawn the people in the photograph. Now you can proceed with your investigation without those horrific details.
Okei. Tätä voi kysellä ihmisiltä, mutta... Puolta meni toi todiste. Okei, onks tää nyt tää päätodiste löydetty? Täytyykö nyt katsoa kuitenkin vielä nyt varmuuden vuoksi tää kerran? Täällä kyllä taida enää olla mitään yksinkertaisesti.
What's wrong, dear? You look like you've seen a ghost.
Can you tell me if anyone else has recently entered the flat?
Oh, you're talking about that limping man. I'm sorry I let him in. I was scared. And I thought maybe he would motivate you to find money so that you would pay your rent. No offense, dear.
Can you describe him?
Oh, so you weren't at home. I was so certain you didn't leave your flat that day. He was of average height, had a limp and a tattoo on his neck, and he was smoking Malpal cigarettes. My husband
Eli
used
sama
to
tyyppi,
smoke
kun on
those.
käynyt siellä
They have a horrible
galleriassa.
smell I can recognize from a mile away.
Can I ask a favor?
Of course, dearie.
Please call the police and ask them to enter the flat. And don't look inside until they come up.
What? What trouble have you stepped in this time?
It really doesn't matter. Thank you, Mum.
Niin voitettiin toi Johnin haaste sillä, että me ei noin mainittu. Pinna taas toi sinne ja... No.
Are you able to help me?
Go back to your fancy house.
Okei, nyt täytyy varmaan vaihtaa vähän vaatetusta.
Can I ask you a question?
Stay away from me and from people like me too, or you'll regret it.
Do you know anything about this?
That's new to me. There is nothing I can tell you.
Can I ask you a question?
Just walk away, or I'll suddenly forget we're both Ottomans.
This isn't working. You might need a different tack.
Niin, mä koitan tota... Koko ajan väärää nappia. Mitään semmoista tavallista kansalaista missään.
Is this familiar to you?
You have a job, so why don't you go back to it instead of bothering me?
Ei. Mä oon ollut täällä sit mukaan. Ja mulla on semmonen olo, että tästä puuttuu nyt jotain.
May I ask for your assistance?
I don't know about that, but people here should know more.
May I ask you something?
I am sorry to disappoint you, but I don't know about that.
Oh, I am.
Mitäs siinä nyt lukee sitten?
Bored. Call me when you find the answer.
Help me, please.
I wish I could help you.
Mistä mä tätä niinku...
Is this familiar to you?
I'm too tired for your questions.
Oh, I am bored. Call me when you find the answer.
Mulla on väärä asu nytte. Takana poliisille.
Could you help me?
Unfortunately, I know nothing, officer.
Could you help me?
I'd rather you stopped asking questions.
You obviously haven't thought this all through. Or are you just annoying these people on purpose?
Onko mulla joku paikka sit käymättä vielä? Ei, noin vihreällä. Mitäs mä menen poliisina tänne?
You're acting so strange today, dear. I hope someday you'll let me inside that head of yours.
Eli ei. Nyt taas menee vähän umpikujaan.
Are you able to help me?
I'm afraid to provoke you, so I'll say nothing.
On ihan varmaan, että mut puuttuu joku vaatetus.
Can I ask you a question?
I'm afraid I can't help you.
Hetkonen, mitäs toi tarkoitti toi nastan kuva? Se on pinnattuna.
Could you help me?
Yes, friend. I know something about this business.
Huh? Skaladia ja Silvertonia. Tonne. Okei. Kyllä tää nyt edistys sittenkin. Tää paha, kun ei vaan tiedä, että mikä niinku... Mikä on semmonen, mikä sitten... Noin. Sopii millekin tyypille. Mistä me tonne alas sit päästään? Tuolla. Tuolta pääsee ainakin. Ja tältä puolen.
Beasts!
Okei, tässä täällä on tapahtunut.
Murderers!
They're completely livid.
First they come to our land, then they
me, please.
murder our
Nothing I can
people.
tell you, sir.
Drop them all into the sea!
Beasts!
Sir, this place is off limits to the public. Please state your business or leave, or I shall request that the police escort you out.
My name is Sherlock Holmes. I'm from City Hall. They sent me to oversee the situation.
No, you're not. I'm the supervisor of the camp, and I'm the one who's handling the current situation on behalf of City Hall. Ronald Harlow at your service. Now, sir, tell me who you really are, or you'll have to explain yourself to the police. I have full authority to request they detain you.
Very well, Mr. Harlow. I am a private investigator. I'm looking for a witness on my case. Sherlock Holmes is my real name, though.
A private investigator? Really? Even so, you're not authorized. I can't let you in, so please, step back.
Nyt se taas tutkii tässä, niin se vakuuttaa. Vakuuttaa sen noin siitä, että kannattaa päästää.
What about the murder that this crowd keeps shouting about?
It's mere assumption. I assure you that the situation is under the police's control.
I know you want to deal with this in the right way. You are obviously a professional and a responsible person, but you clearly have never handled a situation like this before.
I am handling it, Mr. Holmes. Don't question my capability here.
And tell me how you do it. You can't even calm this gathered crowd, and as for the police, they're not quite managing it either, are they? You consider yourself a problem solver, but until today, you've been solving problems sitting at your desk in a dark corner of a city hall room. Here, you need a more practical approach.
What are you driving at, Mr. Holmes?
I can help you to handle the situation if you're truly interested in solving things quickly and quietly.
And how exactly would you manage that?
Simply tell the police that I'm with City Hall and I'm permitted to investigate the scene. I'll work out the rest, but in return I need your help finding my witness. She's a young refugee. She's with child or was with child recently.
Look, there is indeed a dead body inside the camp. So even if the girl you are looking for is there, all the refugees are now being detained and interrogated by the police. They won't allow you to speak with her, and I can't do anything about that until the situation settles down.
So it's in our mutual interest to settle it.
Oh. I suppose that things are bad enough that I ought not shy away from help. All right, Mr. Holmes. I'll tell the police to allow you to come inside. Just tell me when you're ready.
Mr. Harlow, how did the refugees end up here exactly?
Oh, so you're not from around here yourself?
I've been away for some time.
Yes, this whole story has been in the papers for almost a year now. They were smuggled to Cordona on a ship from Africa.
Smuggled? Then why didn't you deport them?
The smugglers managed to sneak them to shore and hide them inside an abandoned... When the police raided the warehouse and found the refugees there, the ship was already gone. We aren't even certain. We have busy shipping routes with other colonies these days.
So you decided to lock them up under a bridge?
There was no other option. We're still trying to work out what to do with them.
Mr. Harlow, what exactly...
What I do and what I am responsible for are two different realities, Mr. Holmes. On paper, I am in charge of the camp territory, security, provision, and the refuge. What I actually do most of the time is knock on every City Hall door trying to obtain some funding, or at least...
The police here on City...
They are, minus those who came here after the body was found. The governor won't let the refugees disperse into the island, so there's a significant police presence. Naturally, they answer directly to the police. I have some influence here, but I'm not their director.
I'm ready.
All right. Go inside the camp and find Inspector Tewkesbury. He's the officer investigating the scene. Tell him I sent you. Say you're an independent expert from City Hall. He'll fill in the details for you.
I'll find my way with words. Thank you, Mr.
Niin, tulepas puhetta taas paljon.
So they keep these refugees under a bridge like proverbial trolls. No wonder the people outside are so disturbed.
Who the hell are you? How did you get in here?
Mr. Ronald Harlow let me in, sir. I'm Sherlock Holmes, a surveyor of refugee affairs with City Hall. You're Inspector Tewkesbury, I presume?
A surveyor? What does that even mean?
In short, I've been sent to conduct an extensive report on the incident for the Colonial Office and to assess all the damage inflicted on state property.
Got it. Another paperworm sent to count money and get food for archive mold. Go on, look around, but don't make yourself too at home. As if I didn't have enough problems before you appeared.
Could you first tell me what happened here?
What happened? People from the bridge above the camp heard a woman screaming and saw a mass of refugees attacking a man. Clearly not a refugee. When the camp guards came by, the man was floating in the sewage canal with a knife in his chest. Bam. A murder. Big news for Cordona.
I'm sure. Thank you, Inspector. And none of the refugees were harmed?
One fellow was cut. He's lying over there near their kitchen. He's in a bad way.
You mentioned a woman screaming who attracted the bypassers on the bridge. Was she harmed?
No, she's all right, but perhaps the whole debacle started because of her. She started wailing and the refugees stood up for the girl.
And where is this young woman now?
Back there in the shacks, same as the rest of the refugees. She's been questioned by my men, but she's just some refugee girl. Can't understand much English.
Do you have...
You're joking, right? I've got a whole camp full of suspects. And if you ask me, this bloke had it coming. Better bury him and forget about them. And now there's a crowd gathered at the camp, and my superiors say we must thoroughly interrogate the refugees. At least those who can understand.
Do you believe that your superiors wish to get rid of the...
I think that both our superiors would rather keep the story quiet, since that's an unaffordable luck. That's why I have to waste my time waiting for my...
Did you...
The fellow looks like a thug. I've had dozens like him fished out of the sea over the past 20... Ever since these refugees arrived, there have been people on Cordona with bad blood in them.
And no clue...
He had some items on his body, but nothing to indicate who he was or...
I think I should catalogue his possessions in my records.
Noniin, nyt päästään sitten.
Here we go again. Number of hours on Cordona before stumbling upon another dead body. 0.
Police boots. Always happy to try. A heavy boot with a worn-out sole. A man's footprint. Oh, carnelian agate beads, a traditional African adornment. The blood sprayed off the blade after the strike. No hint of blood or impact. It might have been used as an improvised weapon. Someone was dragged against their will.
The refugees have been detained and will not leave until all the circumstances are clarified.
Eli sinne ei päästä. Tää...
He is in shock, feverish and dehydrated. The cut is deep, potentially serious if not treated immediately.
Sherry, you know first aid. Surely you have a duty to help this man. You can't leave him to certain death.
Mitä mä sillä mukaan teen? Andake-hommaa ja... Siinä on ainakin puhdasta vettä.
I'll use it to create a solution.
Tarvitaan jotain sidettä. Mitä muuta me tarvittiin? Aha. Ei mitään. Joo, tarvitaan siis lisää tavaraa kuitenkin. Jäädä noita etsimään. Saadaan jotain aloe veraa.
I can use this to stop the infection from spreading.
Sitten me tarvitaan vielä se jonkinnäköinen...
If they find out about the passage, everything will go there.
Tuommoista.
Sherry, just look at this. Living quarters in a sewer. What kind of a genius bureaucrat came
Just
up
wash.
with this idea?
Better than nothing to bandage the wound. I've collated all the ingredients now to prepare the first aid solution.
Käydään jelppaamassa tätä kaveria täällä. Ei mitään hittoa. Aiku hetkonen. Me tarvitaan 2 noita. Tää on 4 noita. Otetaan tommonen ja tää se mikä muutti sen käänteisesti. Joo. Noin. Tarvitaan noita 2 ja noita 1. Jos meillä olisi tällainen ja toinen tällainen. Mitä mulla oli mielessä? Nyt meillä on noita kyllä oikea määrä. Mutta meidän täytyisi saada 3 noita lisää. Jos me laitetaan tällainen. Eli tän voikin poistaa. Mistä sitä poistuu? Tuolta. Oho. Noniin. Eli nyt mä menen sen miehen luokse varmaankin.
Thank you. This should make you feel better, my friend. Now remain lying down and drink as much water as you can.
Sonin haaste.
Well done, Sherry. At least he won't die from the infection.
Malpal, soaked with salt water. £1,000. A fair sum, especially considering British currency isn't very common in Cordona. A simple leather sheath. Perfect for a dirk.
Ei, eli se on varmaan se murhaaja on kyllä täältä.
Coal dust under the nails. I don't see much coal around here. A steel dirk. Sharp. A common accessory among sailors and soldiers. I'd say the blade penetrated upward, however the wound is too messy to be certain. An interesting tattoo. Does it mean
Tää on se
something?
murhaaja.
Heavy boots, with one sole far more worn than the other. This man was Limping John. A violent death. But this man, limping, coal dust. I think we're onto something here, John.
If they find out about the passage...
Mites tää toimii?
If they find out about the passage, everything will go to hell.
Tää tekee tyhmä, kun se menee aina läpi, vaikka vetää täysin väärisen.
Nobody will know anything if you keep your bloody mouth shut.
The coppers smell fishy here, Sheriff. Perhaps we should sniff around in the camp a little more thoroughly.
Could you help me?
A solid question, sir, but I don't have the answer.
Is this familiar to you?
A solid question, sir, but I don't have the answer.
You obviously haven't thought this all through. Or are you just annoying these people on purpose?
Nyt meidän täytyisi päästä juttelemaan niiden normityyppien kanssa.
Someone bled profusely here. A fresh crack, as if the crate was hit recently.
Niin tästä tulee varmaan tää...
Clearly a left handprint here.
Tää noin tapahtumiin kulkuhomma vielä ja sit me päästään... Telee.
A blood trail leading to or from the canal. A furrow in the ground. You know what? I'd like to understand.
What?
How did our dead man end up inside the camp in the first place?
Joo, tosta ei nyt pääse.
Can you satisfy my curiosity?
Nothing I can tell you, sir, but others might know more.
Oli taas väärä tää. Nyt täytyis päästä juttelemaan jonkun kanssa.
May I ask for your assistance?
A solid question, sir. But I don't have the answer.
Sealed shut. I doubt our man could get through these grates.
You still here?
I'll just look.
I wish.
I hope I'm not making a grave mistake in trusting you, Mr. Holmes.
Okei, tuolla pystyy laittamaan näitä todisteita, mutta kun mä nyt oikein vielä valmis. Ei kannata mennä.
It's unlikely anyone could get in or out of the camp by water without alerting the police guards.
Mitäs täällä nyt jää sitten vaihtoehdot? Onko joku kiipeily jostain tuolta? Ei nyt ei kyllä Tää on joka kerta sama homma, mä jää kyllä niinku aika lailla jumiin näissä, mutta tuolla on ihan selkeästi vielä todisteita löytymättä. Se on käynyt jo selväksi.
Are these the rations the refugees get from the authorities? How do people even survive out here?
Nyt mun nyt ottaa toi ja mennä kysyä tän kanssa tolta.
You still here?
I'll just look around and
I will.
Tältä.
I hope I'm not making a grave mistake in trusting you, Mr. Holmes.
Entäs toi väkijoukko tuolla?
Can you satisfy my curiosity?
Excuse me? What? I'm not sure I know.
Can you satisfy my curiosity?
I can't help you with that, sir.
This isn't working. You might need a different
Are you able to help me?
That's not something I know, sir. Someone else might know.
Nää ei tiedä, kyllä nää täytyy olla tuolla sisällä sitten ne, jotka tietää.
May I ask for your assistance?
A solid question, sir, but I don't have the answer.
Back off.
Help me, please.
A solid question, sir, but I don't have the answer.
This isn't working. You might need a different tack.
Täytyy mun nyt mennä todistetaan todisteen kuitenkin.
You still here?
Jakelemaan.
I've already told you all I've learned. Your problem, not mine.
The guards at the sewers were speaking about taking refugees out of the camp. Do you know anything about this, Inspector?
Less than you do, obviously.
And this doesn't bother you as an officer of the...
I can neither punish them nor put them on the right track, if that's what you're asking. To be honest, I'm sick and tired of being frowned on for...
Mitäs toi tarkoitti? Sonin haaste taas.
I'm busy. Don't you have papers to fill? City Hall lubberheads.
Excuse me, just one question.
A solid question, sir, but I don't have the answer.
Itse kun mä oon jumissa näissä aina.
Could you help me?
Nothing I can tell you, sir, but others might know more.
May I ask for your assistance?
A solid question, sir, but I don't have the answer.
Time to check your who, what and what, Sherry. Who are you asking? About what and dress...
No. Mistä niinku poliisi asuu päällä vai?
What?
May I ask for your assistance?
Oh, I don't know about that. Ask one of the others.
Excuse me, just one question.
Oh, I don't know about that. Ask one of the others.
Oh, I am bored. Call me when you find the answer.
Excuse me, just one question.
Unfortunately, my casebook is empty on this.
Are you able to help me?
I wish I could help you, sailor.
Tuollahan oli joku merimies, eikö ollut?
Is this familiar to you?
I'd help you if I could, but I know nothing.
Time to check your who, what and what, Sherry. Who are you asking? About what and dress...
Tarkoittaa sitä, että mulla on väärä, mutta mikä mä voisin olla, kun... Niinku rikollisena sitten. Mut miten täällä nyt niinku rikollisia sit pörräistään? Mä nyt ymmärrän tätäkään.
May I ask you something?
It's too bad there's no fine for asking stupid questions.
Täällä ei oo muita kuin näitä poliiseja.
Could you help me?
It's too bad there's no fine for asking stupid questions.
Everyone's looking at us, Sherry. You sure you know what you're doing?
May I ask for your assistance?
It's hard to say when I don't know anything.
Täällä ei oo ketään muita kuin näitä poliiseja. Miten mä voin olla mikään muun silloin kun...
Help me, please.
A solid question, sir, but I don't have the answer.
Ei kyllä sitä paitsi varmaan edes tarkoita kyselyä.
Back off.
Kyllä nyt mä oon taas aivan totaalisen.
Back off.
Okei, eli en mä pääse tonne tollasenakaan. Tuolta mä ehkä voisin kysyä, mut mikä se vaatetus olisi?
Help me, please.
It's hard to say when I don't know anything.
Okei, pistetään toi nyt hetkeksi ja yritetään nyt edelleen tutkia sit vaan tätä paikkaa.
Someone was dragged against their will.
Ei. Täältä ei pääse mihinkään. Ainut mikä mulle tulee nyt mieleeni täällä aha.
No, it's too short for these walls or cliffs.
I'm busy. Don't you have papers to fill? City Hall lubberheads.
Mitä mä en nyt näe? Selkeästi on nyt joku juttu, mitä mä en vaan... Huomaa... Joku tyyli piilopaikka tai... Joku semmonen... Mä nyt keksin. Kes toi yksi nyt tuli? Toi ei oo keltaisena edelleen. On nyt vaan väärä sit toi.
Is this familiar to you?
It's illegal to disturb an officer without a good reason. Ask someone else.
Can you satisfy my curiosity?
Nothing I can tell you, sir, but others might know more.
Everyone's looking at us, Sherry. You sure you know what you're doing?
Mikä jää huomaamatta? Tai joku taas, minkä ohi mä oon mennyt 1,000,000 kertaa.
Is this familiar to you?
A solid question, sir, but I don't have the answer.
Me ei päästy juttelemaan noille. Ai vittu, tätä. Joku kolo tai joku jossain. Mä en vaan huomaa. Ei vitsit. Hetkonen. Täällä tää muuttuu tohon kultaiseksi.
These events have fractured into so many pieces. But I know you can collect them all, Sherlock.
Näistä on kaikki tutkittu.
Can you satisfy my curiosity?
No. Nothing I can tell you, sir, but others might know
Tossa on
more.
kyllä toi, että niinku
Can I ask you a question?
Nothing I can tell you, sir, but others might know more.
This isn't working. You might need a different tack.
täytyy mennä kyllä tän kanssa vielä kertaalleen täältä kaikki läpi. Mennään koko tää ulkoreuna.
I'm busy. Don't you have papers to fill? City Hall lubberheads.
I hope I'm not making a grave mistake in trusting you, Mr. Holmes.
Murder! Beasts!
A single Malpal butt. Roadman cigarettes, a brand highly regarded by law enforcement officers. So there wasn't any sophisticated infiltration plan. The good old police just let the man into the camp. Now we have everything we need to... get the full picture of what happened at the camp.
Niin, nyt mun täytyy ottaa toi tänne. Toi taas vaan niin ylipitkä video, että ei oo tosikaan. No, tehdään tää. Tehdään tää tähän nopeasti vielä ja sit päätellään. Katsotaas, mistä tää nyt alkaa. Täällä on aika hemmetin monta näitä. Alkaako se jo täältä? Ei. Tuossa oli jalka noin päin, niin ton on pakko olla noin. Toi oli rikki, niin ton oli pakko osua tohon. Toi taisi olla noin. Mä en muista mitä tässä kohtaa oli. Ja tossa oli ne korut, eli se on voinut tossa mennä rikki, joo. Varmaan toi sitten. Kuuluu tommonen niinku lyöntiääni. Tässä raahattiin jotain, joten se on tämä.
So we have a thug who came to take a refugee woman with him. She resisted, but he dragged her by force. One of the refugees stood in his way, armed with a stick, yet he could do nothing against a cutthroat with a blade. The man didn't anticipate that the other refugees would intervene and stand against him. In the confusion, the woman managed to break free. The thug took fright and fled. He was stopped by the falling crates. He stumbled and fell, piercing his chest with his own blade. However, the wound didn't cause instant death. He managed to stand, but still bleeding, he lost his balance on the bridge and fell. Before all of this, the man had freely entered the camp through the main entrance. The police admitted him after they had a short smoke together.
You live by the sword, you die by the sword. In our man's case, it's the same sword.
Joku meillä nyt feilaantui tässä. Okei, sit me jatketaan täältä. Täältä ensi kerralla. Peliä ja nyt me päätetään tää ylipitkä video tähän. Se on morjesta!